1 year into the Lee administration, its foreign policy has been characterized by pragmatic, national interest-based diplomacy aimed at navigating a challenging external environment. Our Kim Bo-kyoung reports.
The Lee Jae-myung administration began its term facing the challenges of dealing with a new U.S. tariff environment and restoring South Korea's credibility after it was damaged by the martial law crisis. The Lee administration pursued a diplomatic strategy centered on pragmatism, grounded in national interests. Since taking office in June, President Lee has devoted considerable effort to summit diplomacy, actively participating in major multilateral events. Starting with the G7 summit in Canada, Lee also attended the ASEAN Summit in Malaysia and successfully hosted the APEC Summit in Gyeongju. Dealing with U.S. President Donald Trump's America First policies, President Lee held summits with Trump twice in August and October 2025. During the latter summit in Gyeongju, South Korea succeeded in reducing the reciprocal tariffs on Korean exports to the U.S. from 25% to 15% and pledged approximately $350 billion in investment in the U.S. In return, South Korea also secured U.S. support for the acquisition of nuclear-powered submarines, as well as expanded authority regarding uranium enrichment for nuclear power plants and the reprocessing of spent nuclear fuel, with the agreements documented in the joint fact sheet. Though follow-up discussions regarding agreements have been relatively stalled due to an unexpected dispute involving Kupang, one expert says that the Lee administration held its own in ties with the U.S.
South Korea has proactively aligned with the U.S. alliance modernization agenda through higher defense spending, OPCON transfer, and greater responsibility for deterring North Korea, earning recognition as a model ally from Defense Secretary Hegseth.
The Lee administration's pragmatic diplomacy was reflected in improved relations with China and Japan. State visits between President Lee and Chinese President Xi Jinping helped improve bilateral ties, while exchanges with Japanese Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi strengthened cooperation on energy security and supply chains. In terms of tensions on the Korean peninsula, not much progress has been made, with North Korea doubling down on defining the ties with the South as two hostile states. Another expert says stability is being maintained in its own way and that the government should keep its two-track approach.
Despite the current stalemate in inter-Korean relations, stability has largely been maintained. South Korea should continue to deter North Korea's nuclear and missile threats while remaining open to dialogue and cooperation when opportunities arise.
The success of President Lee's pragmatic diplomacy will ultimately be measured by its ability to deliver tangible economic and security benefits. Kim Bo-kyoung, ArirangNews.